Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Here we got some good stuff to cover today, baby. Yes, we do. Appreciate all the love and support, y'all, for kicking it with your girl on this beautiful Saturday. I hope y'all day has been going great thus far. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, y'all, I'm not even going to hold y'all up. We finna dive right into some great stuff today. Now, so after so many decades, y'all, of the Democrats asking for loyalty, Democrats now wanting to silence these people. A lot of these people are like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and freaking tired. Y'all, they are waking up. We're going to be diving into some good stuff today. Actually, this guy by the name of James Carville, he is a Democrat strategist, let me mind you. And he's pretty much telling the Democrat either they fall in line or walk away from the party. I really want to ask y'all a question too. When did it become a controversial for black voters to start thinking for themselves? When all this time they just been asking for the truth and they've been lied to. Now it's the problem that they waking up and walking away. Why is this? Each and every day, y'all, you can click and find it. You will see what that party represents and who they represent and what they stand for. A lot of people are no longer wanting to be brainwashed. The stuff is out there for y'all to go look it up. Fact check for yourself. It's out there and it's free. Some people still gonna be stuck in their ways though. Some people just like to comment just to comment. That's the reality. You still gonna have some of these people falling for that party, and that is okay. But I just ask you to take a little time out, you know what I'm saying, and research for yourself. Some of y'all probably cool with what this party does. A lot of y'all are. And that's okay too. We ain't here to try to wake up everybody or let everybody see. Y'all know my saying, we'll throw the blanket on you, let you continue to keep on sleeping, baby. I'll throw 2 of them on you. How about that? Now, with that being said, I want to appreciate, shout out y'all for the love and support, y'all. We almost at 100K. Yes, baby. Let's get that. We gonna celebrate, baby, because it's been a long time coming. Anywho, y'all, I ain't gonna keep y'all Saturday up for too long. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. I know some of y'all trying to get out in that sun and all that good stuff. So we're gonna dive right on into the video. This is coming straight from Black Conservative 24 on YouTube. If y'all not following him, follow this guy, y'all. He's pretty dope. With that being said, black people are leaving the Democrat Party, and we, the people, are knowing why. Okay, we know why. So that's said. With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dive into the video, and then we're gonna chop it up in the comment section because y'all know me. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Let's dive into the video.
This is nice.
All right, my name is Antoine Giss. I'm from Southwest Philadelphia. I voted for Donald Trump not once, but twice. This will be the second time I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I'm a born Democrat, left the Democratic Party all day, MAGA 2020-24.
Let's go.
Explain your shirt to me,
All right,
brother.
so you got Donald Trump, AI, stepping over Tyrone Lue, a.k.a. Sleepy Joe, in the finals. Everybody remembers that right there.
For anybody who doesn't remember. Oops.
Billy bringing that drip for Trump.
You got
What you think about Black Lives Matter?
Oh, Black Lives Matter is a scam. Total scam.
That part.
If anybody who read the writing, their initial statement, that they were a Marxist group that were sent to separate the nuclear family. And as black people, we don't want that. We don't need that.
Unity, baby.
We need strong families. We need strong fathers.
That part.
Peace.
More and more people are finally waking up. God bless this man. Trump 2024. God bless you and your family.
2025. 2026. 2027. 2028. 2029. Stop playing, y'all. They waking up. They not confused. They not misled. They are fed the hell up. Whew. Democrat policies have failed these folks. Their communication sucks. And for that, these people are walking away. Kudos to y'all. It feels good to be on the right side. All right, y'all. So we're going to keep it moving. I told y'all we was going to dive into Mr. Carville, James Carville, y'all. And he is, like I said, pretty much, a strategy for the Democrat Party. So we're going to dive into him, and then we're going to chop it up in the comment section so I can get y'all thoughts on this. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. And let's get into it, baby. Let's go. Told y'all I got some good stuff for y'all today. Y'all thought I was playing. I'm on it. Your girl is on it. Let's go.
Continues to destroy themselves from the inside. Why? Because they have weak leadership. And a person like James Carville, he thinks that people like Jasmine, Crockett, Elon Mar are a big reason for that, right? They're pushing out a segment of of a voter base that could help them win certain elections. And
let me see something real quick, y'all. Ralph Doran. Okay, I'm sorry if y'all want to follow Ralph Doran on YouTube. You can follow him here. He's talking about James Carville. Correction. All right. And it said, well, pretty much James Carville demands woke black Democrats leave the party. Okay, so got that cleared. Let's get into it.
Because of this, he's just basically saying, he's like demanding that, they get out the Democratic Party, that they leave the party and start their own party. Okay. And so before I play the James Carville clip, I want to react to a clip from Jasmine Crockett, so you have an idea what James Carville is mad about, because she talks about how the Democratic Party need to pick a safe white boy. All right. So I'm gonna play that clip real quick, and then I'll get to James Carville after this.
It is this fear that the people within the party, within the primary system, will have about voting for a woman, because every time we voted for a woman, we've lost so far. And I think that that's a natural fear, because we just want to win. So there's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Like, let's go find the safest white boy we can find. I mean, I'm just saying.
Those are the callers that we're hearing. We're hearing people.
No, for real.
A white man's got to do it. We're getting those callers.
For real. And to be clear, when we talk about them, I can tell you that there is one specific candidate. I had a donor on the phones with me telling me that all the donors are lining up behind that candidate. So I can tell you it's not a black person nor woman. Okay. So like it is, they have, quote unquote, they have chosen. And when I say they, it's the same donors that most likely had their opinions about Joe Biden and move. So like that would be the they that I would talk about. Here's what I want people to understand.
So this is my problem, right? When you hear her talk, right? You talk about how her donors should pick, the safest person to win, right? They never talk about how they should pick someone because they have good policies or they could, help the American people. It's always about how they should pick the best person because that person can win, right? And maintain power. That's their goal. They don't care about helping the American people. They don't care about, creating policies that they never talk about their policies. They always talk about how, they always go to the identity politics. Oh, we gotta be a black person, black woman, white. That's their goal. That's all they run on is identity politics. They never run on actual policies that's gonna be good for America. Like Trump did. Trump had a bunch of policies that actually said, I'm gonna run on, I'm gonna close the border, I'm gonna do this, taxes. He actually has policies. And this is
realistic type of
Trump
goals.
All these other Democrats, they're not trying to do what's best for the American people. They're trying to do what's best for them so that they can maintain power. All right, that's basically. And that's when I hear that. That's all I hear. I just hear about identity, like picking.
And this is exactly why that party is failing, y'all, because of these very things. They do not have realistic policies. If y'all pay attention, they ish is everywhere, and it's the same race baiting. It's the same old. Black, white, it's the same old ish. Their policies have no meaning at all.
A white person based on their identity, and this is why they continue to lose.
Is I do absolutely agree with Malcolm when he talks about not ceding your power. At the end of the day, don't give up your power. People fail to recognize how unique Trump is. They continue to say, well, we lost. Well, they both lost to Trump. Trump, who is a misogynist. Trump, who is going to ramp up the misogynist in the first place, because that's what he does. He is disrespectful. Like right now, he still doesn't know how to deal with me.
It is so freaking tiring to just, can we get one interview from that side where they do not bring Trump's name into it? Good grief. It is called obsessed. They are obsessed with this man. This is ridiculous. Have a straight interview without putting this man's name in it. Please.
Because if you punch me, I'm punching back, okay? So
how you don't know how to deal with you? How is he supposed to deal with you? Right? First of all, he don't care about you. But let's be real. How is he supposed to deal with you? This isn't China where you talk bad about the president, about your government, and you get sent to the gulags or anything, right? Trump can't do anything. This is the great thing about America, right? The United States. You can speak bad about your president, about your government, and not worry about being sent to jail, right? But I doubt she would ever say things like this if she lived in China, Russia, right? Any other country outside the U.S. She would never speak like that against the government because she'd be gone. She'd be sent away. But the great thing about the U.S. is that you can say these things and not have to worry about them. So to act like you're tough, like you're untouchable, like Trump can't do anything to you, is of course he can't do anything. What is he going to do? You have the right, the freedom to say bad things about your government, your president, and not have to worry about anything. So like this whole tough act, you see, and this is the type of stuff that, this is the type of black woman that a lot of people are just fed up with, right? You see that statue that's up in Times Square? She is that typical black woman. That she is the one that they're targeting. Whoever made that statue and decided to put it up, she's the type of woman that they're targeting. Right? Because like no one wants to deal with this loud, just disrespectful woman.
Ghetto, ratchet, so-called.
They're tired of her. Right? Like she's the type of person that nobody wants to deal with. Right? And she plays this tough act because she can, because she's in the United States and we have the freedom to do that. She would never do that outside the United States and go into countries like China and Russia. She wouldn't have that freedom to do it. So just annoying.
Very.
Like here's the deal. Now I know he think he running again, but that ain't happening. I don't care what all is going on in this country, and I don't care how many things we won't say we are absolutely gonna do. I am telling y'all with all confidence, he is not running for a third term. That is not a thing.
He already said he's not running. He was never going to run for a third term. Like that's just stupid. Like he already said he's not running for a third term. So just like
we just want to ruffle them feathers, baby, because it sound good and it get them folks pissed off. It get them pissed off. Trump 2028.
bringing that up is just dumb. All right, so let's go to James Carville because James Carville, this video, he's kind of responding to like Ilhan Omar, because obviously like people like Ilhan Omar and Jasmine Crockett, a bunch of racists, right? They hate white people, so they have that's all they talk about. So James Carville is going to respond to that and just say, you know what, why don't you just start your own party because you guys are so negative and you're pushing out a certain demographic of voters that could actually help you win elections, but you're doing a really good job of pushing them out. So let's hear what he has to say, and then I'll share my thoughts.
Honestly, start your own movement. All right, let's do the simple math. And probably 69%, I don't know, we could call Jim Garcine or Jeff Garrett. Roughly 69% of the people going to vote in November, maybe more. Let's do 70 for just round math, are going to be white. Of that, 48%, maybe a little more, are going to be male. So that's roughly, let's just call it 33 1/3% of the entire election. Well, let's just run against them because that's so goddamn smart. Mm-hmm. All right. So now we're going to have a campaign by the progressive left against white men who vote about a third of everybody that votes in an election. Why don't you, lady, start your own party? And then when it's over, if you want to caucus with the Democrats, fine. We agree with a lot of things that you do, but we don't believe we ought to be running against white men. In fact, we don't think we ought to be running against any gender, any ethnic group, any race, any religion, or anything else. God damn, these people are just helpless. They cannot be helped. There's nothing you can do to help them. They don't want to be helped. And if they had any guts, they'd start their own goddamn political party and get out of ours.
See?
Sorry.
And so you got nobody to blame but yourself, man. You allowed these people into your party, man.
For real.
The progressives, they run the Democratic Party.
And this man straight up did not just ask for unity. This man asked for obedience. Run your own damn parties. Get out of theirs.
They run it. These people are far left radicals. They've taken over the party, and now people like old school liberals like James Carville, they're struggling to get it back. And this is the thing that you got people like Jasmine Crockett, Ilhan Omar. They want to run it their way. They want to be extreme. They want to be able to pick certain people to be leaders. And if you look at the Democratic Party, look how they're the party of feminine energy, right? They're catering to the women, the gays, the trans, all that stuff, but they're not catering to actual men, masculine men. That's why you see a bunch of, especially the young men, especially young white males, they went to the Republican Party,
and now they come in with a $20 million program to try to reconnect with the men now, after they straight treated them like ish. Crazy.
Because they feel more aligned with them, right? They feel like they're more of a representation for them. That the Democratic Party doesn't fit their alignment. So you see James Carville talking about stop excluding men because they are voting black that you can get in order to win elections. But obviously they've done a horrible job because you got so many people on the left like Jasmine, Crockett, Ilhan Omar, who's pushing them out. They're pushing this feminist agenda.
What's going on?
And pushing males out. So and you know what? I hope they continue to do that because then hopefully that means that more people leave that Democratic Party and they'll lose more elections. Because you heard what Jasmine Crockett is talking about. She said because Trump is such a unique candidate, they're thinking as long as Trump is gone, the Democrats have a good chance of winning. Okay. And hey, she could think that, continue to do what they're doing, and hopefully, we obviously if JD Vance is that next in line, I think we can trust that. We have confidence in JD that he's going to be a good candidate, and anybody they put up against him, he's going to destroy him in debates and show that he's the better candidate and he's the better person going forward to bring America to greatness. So.
All right, y'all. So the moral of the story is, and the message here is, for the Democrat Party, we're going to say it loud and clear. Get in line or fall behind. That's just that. And I had to check on my dog. Y'all just heard her doing a whole bunch of screaming or whatnot. But my niece is here, so that's what's going on. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in, y'all. Enough is enough. These people are tired. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it is time for a change. And what we are witnessing today is we are seeing that party bring the people, whether they independent or Republican, they bring them to the other side, because a lot of people are not standing for this. They're sick and tired of being lied to, abused, and used. And these Democrats choose to use the same strategy every time. No one is saying like, yo, let's go back to the drawing board and see if we can change some stuff. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's doing it. They just going with the same ish. And it doesn't make sense. And the American people are tired, and they definitely waking up, y'all.